Morning dear students, I'm really happy to meet you all over this electronic class or the YouTube, and I would like to spend some time with class 9 and 10 today, and these two classes will be having a common topic, that is coordinating conjunctions. If you remember, in one of my videos I had discussed about the conjunctions. I had defined a conjunction and I also talked about the function of a conjunction. So with this thought, let's get into the video. To give you a recap, a conjunction is a word which connects two parts of a sentence. It connects two sentences or combines or clubs two sentences into one. That is a point that you need to keep in mind. Well, there are different kinds of conjunctions. We are not going to get into them. We are not going to discuss all of them. But we are going to focus on coordinating conjunctions today. In the last video, we have discussed subordinating conjunctions. And in today's class, we will be focusing on coordinating conjunctions. What is a coordinating conjunction? A coordinating conjunction or conjunctions are helpful in making coordinating clauses. We will come to this part later on, but for the present time or for the time being or for the moment, you just keep this in mind that coordinating conjunction is a kind of conjunction which helps to make compound sentences. So there are three kinds of sentences patterns: simple, complex and compound. In the last class, we were talking about the complex sentences a little bit, but I will come over that once again. But today, let us focus our attention on compound. Compound sentence. Look at this. Admit your fault, you will be punished. Admit your fault is one sentence and it makes complete meaning. And look at the other part, you will be punished. This is also a sentence which makes a complete sense by itself. Because you have one subject and then you have a verb here, admit your fault, which means you admit your fault. So it gives you a complete meaning. You will be punished. Here you is the subject, will be punished. Punished is also a verb. So you have a subject, you have a verb and it gives you a complete meaning. So, there are two sentences. Two of them are independent sentences. Now, what we are going to do is, we are going to club them or combine them. That's the job that we are going to do. So, if you put these two sentences into one or if you club it together, then you get an answer like this. Admit your fault. Admit your fault, otherwise you will be punished. Admit your fault or you will be punished. So I used a conjunction in between, and this conjunction, as you know, is a coordinating conjunction. So when the coordinating conjunction comes in between, both the sentences are clubbed, they are made into one particular sentence. So now this is a compound sentence. Why do we consider this as a compound sentence? We call it as a compound sentence because there are two principal clauses. This is one principal clause and the other one is the second principal clause. So two principal clauses are combined or clubbed together with one coordinating conjunction, that is otherwise. So what is a compound sentence? Very simple. A compound sentence is a sentence which has more than one principal clause. So here we have two principal clauses. And how do we connect both of them? By using one of these conjunctions, and these conjunctions are known as coordinating conjunctions. So one thing is very clear now. If you use a coordinating conjunction and connect sentences, it becomes a compound sentence. If you use a subordinating conjunction and connect them with one principal clause and one or more subordinate clauses, that becomes a complex sentence. So A complex sentence will have one principal clause and one or more subordinate clauses. But a compound sentence will have more than one principal clause. So that is known as a compound sentence, right? So a compound sentence can be made or it can be connected by using one of these conjunctions. Look at this. He took coffee, he went out. Now I am going to club these two sentences by making them into one. He took coffee and went out. So it's very simple. He took coffee and went out. He took coffee, principal clause. And where is the other principal clause? Went out, which means he went out. The word he is hidden. It is omitted. But it is there. But we don't write it. So this is one principal clause. He took coffee, and this one, and he went out. Went out is another principal clause. So there are two principal clauses. And what is a connecting conjunction? It is and this is a coordinating conjunction. So two principal clauses are combined together by using one coordinating conjunction. The coordinating conjunction is and. So you need to keep these conjunctions in mind. When we discuss simple, complex and compound, we must keep these conjunctions in mind. Which are the coordinating conjunctions and which are the subordinating conjunctions? Because subordinating conjunctions are helpful in making complex sentences and coordinating conjunctions are helpful in making compound sentences. So you cannot use a coordinating conjunction to make a complex sentence. There you have to use a subordinating conjunction. In the same manner, likewise, you cannot use a subordinating conjunction to make a compound sentence. For that, you need a coordinating conjunction. So this is the list. And in my previous video, if you had watched that carefully, I had given two sets of conjunctions, two lists. So you better have a look at subordinating conjunctions and coordinating conjunctions. Now we look at this. He is poor, he is generous. He is poor, but he is generous. You see, he is poor, but generous. He is poor, but generous. I have taken this, but. But is a coordinating conjunction. Now we look, he is poor, but generous. You may ask me, sir, where is he? Where is he? He is not to be found, but he is here. It is omitted. Keep that in mind. He is poor, but generous. So, what is hidden here? But he is. It is not written. You don't have to write it because the meaning is implied. It is omitted. You can omit. But it gives you two principal clauses. He is generous is one principal clause. He is poor. That is one principal clause. But he is generous. This is the second principal clause. But he is hidden. This is very important. So now I may give you one more sentence. Let's take any one of these sentences. Conjunctions. Yet. He spoke louder. This is one principal clause. He was not clear. This is another sentence. He spoke louder. He was not clear. So I am going to take this conjunction, that is yet. He spoke louder, yet he was not clear. Yet he was not clear. Or I remove this. He spoke louder, yet was not clear. So I omitted the word he here. It is not necessary to add he here because even without adding, the sentence makes a complete sense. It gives you a complete sense. So he spoke louder yet was not clear. It means he spoke louder yet he was not clear. So in this manner, you can take any of these conjunctions and make two sentences into one, making two principal clauses, putting two principal clauses with one coordinating conjunction. So coordinating conjunctions can be used to make, or they are used to make compound sentences, not complex sentences. Keep that in mind. So take a look at these conjunctions, learn them by heart, and I will give you some sentences to work on. So you will combine both the sentences into one by using any one of these conjunctions, the correct conjunction. That is what is very important. You cannot use any conjunction to connect any two sentences. The appropriate, the correct conjunction has to be used. So keep this in mind. Two principal clauses come together. They are joined, they are clubbed, they are put together by using a coordinating conjunction. Learn the coordinating conjunctions, learn the subordinating conjunctions. This will help you to frame compound and complex sentences. In the next class, we will have a detailed discussion on complex sentences. But in the meantime, keep doing the homework that I give you. You will be familiar with simple, complex and compound sentences. And one more information for class 10, the pattern has been changed. According to the new question paper pattern, comprehensions, they are dealt in a very different manner. Few grammar questions would be there and the literature part remains unchanged. I will have a special discussion on the pattern of the question paper in one of the videos. Till then, you stay safe, stay at home and keep revising. Bye.